A little pussy and sweet pussy's with her. Oh yeah, and Zuki was hanging around them looking like he will be in this episode. They are pretended to be aristocrats but not revealing their defiance, just to see what happened in the party. They invited sweetheart Tylee, sweet pussy Tylee, to the party. The rest are too solemn. What a strange bunch. Let's say May doesn't need to show on her sexuality because she's married. I mean, maybe yes, maybe not. Let's say Azuli completely out of control. Tylee just a slut, just like she shows in the show. All she knows is how to flaunt her feminine sexual attributes to the outside world. She's quite good at it. And she doesn't use it to gain the favor of just one significant person. She uses everyone around her. Well, that's not going to end well. Can you put your hand on the fire and not get burnt? It's possible to pour hot coals down your collar without getting burnt. It won't work. She uses this tool all the time, and if anyone significant entices her, they will immediately say, okay, she's a slut, and they won't consider her for a family, and she's already used to it. She might know how to do things differently, but being a slut has become so ingrained that she can't even begin to understand it anymore. Zuka Zaison is a sullen boy in this area. Touchy boy in this episode. He's supposedly cool, looking away into the distance, like a teaser. No, he doesn't look like that. He looks like a touchy boy was forced to go shopping with his sister. Of course, we will find out this episode why he looks so idiotic. But those who think his cool look like Zuki from the outside especially find the touchy guy pickup lines funny. Like, hey girl, there are guys even seen women spit on porn sites. They gonna show you and show you how to handle a sweet pussy. That's what these pickup lines look like. You're planning on doing something no matter what. It's not just about picking up of sweet pussies anymore. At least take a picture of yourself, what do you look like, and talk to your friend. It will be greatly to reduce the level of cringe in your life. You will end up like Zuki in this serial. This episode confirms that Aya has a lonesome theory about Azuli being mad. It's false. She tries to hit on one guy and says his strong arms have, and they're so strong he could start another clan war. I hope it's not communist war. Well, that's just a typical woman desire to find a normal man. She was just stuffed with fucking unnecessary information. Her father stuffed her. If only her mother had raised her and her father had come to check in any clarity, everything would have been fine. And then her mother was normal, but for some reason her father made his daughter into a fucking terrorist, and this is what happened. She can't find a husband. In this episode, Zuki is worried that no one will start making advance toward to May. There is a subtle psychological moment here. Some guys start making advances toward Tylee. Zuki cannot tell that he is the guy is making adventures and ask May what she thinks. Like he wants to follow the ready one. If it's not her, May says she doesn't think anything. And Zuko says, you like him? What can I say? Jealousy is completely normal feeling for a man. Just as I worry about my own cow, my own horse, my own car, my own appliances, I'm also worried about some dicks not hitting my woman. But the question is how to do it. Doing in like Zuko Zaison in this series is a crap. You might won't recognize how cringe-worthy that sounds. What would I advise the ephemeral Zuko Zaison in an ephemeral situation if he came to me for advice? First and foremost, see a proper psychomatic therapist and work through your problem. Then it will become clear what you do. There is no single strict right solution because I'm outsider. This is not my woman. I'm not supposed to know what the right solution is. But the Zuka Zaison will have the conditions of making adequate decisions, namely a healthy psyche. First restore your self-esteem and then you will find the answer yourself. Even if you don't like the result, it's still better than running from one cringe situation to another cringe situation. With healthy psyche, you will make mistake maybe once or twice, but you can constantly run from one cringe to another. From celebrity to woman to on my good-hearted and jealously, because you gave up on yourself to please others and got your back slammed. That's the genius of the scam. As soon as you give on yourself, everything else ceased to matter. So you have other to... So you hate another and simultaneously tries to please them to gain their approval and please yourself. And so on in the circle until your death, or until you solve your own problems. I will give you a spoiler: such a psychosomatic problems are completely resolved in from 3 hours to 2 months. And I've already seen real results. If there are no results, you're treated like a goy. Zika's Eisen bans childhood photos. Tally says, why are you doing this? They are arguing, and Zika's Eisen calls Tally a slut. But that's just a wild way of saying she's a circus performance. Tally says that for her, being a circus performer, it's a compliment because she grew up in a large family where she was oppressed and individual, and she broke out into the circus. Having many children doesn't really matter here. If the parents are idiots, then whether the family is large or small, the children will be unhappy and idiots too. Next up, Tali mistakenly concludes that she realized her potential as an individual in the circus. She realized her potential only because she went through the cynical selection process. She joined at the right time, was young, flexible and attractive. That's why she made it. Among hundreds of circus performances, she was the only who made it. She was simply lucky to pass the cynical selection process for the role of the lead, sweet circus performer. Did she realize her potential as an individual? Well, it depends on your considered personal fulfillment. If the crowd's praise for looking like a sweetheart pussy is a full-fledged person, it will quickly end when old age sets in. You will never be seen as better than your husband. No one will see you as a greater person than your husband, your parents, so to speak. As a psychologist will make you down. The only fans are sick themselves and think that if they win you over, they will get permission to feel good. That's why it's terrible that Sally joined the circus, for her of course. And her fate will be terrible, but not in this show. May dumped Zook early, and now Zook is trying to hit on her, but she refuses. Later she explains that his destiny is to be a girl from rich family. Oh my god, husband! Who does everything right. Oh my god, it's too hot. Is calm and receiving benefits. Oh my god, it's bad personality. It's so bad. You're so suffering. Perhaps leaving your husband is the calm, balanced decision, right? They will also make the Santa Barbara in comics with May and her less than satisfied lover on the side. What the hell, have you ever seen a Japanese family from a disciplinary society? A girl of that rank would not go anywhere uncampaigned. You never know. Even if Zuka hitting on her with his machine, it's centrally not for political reasons, no matter how mean he is. Women have no opinion, right, to choose in this society you trying to show us. Why are you making an allegory? Why are you making an analog of the imperial family and making such stupid gross mistakes? What we were shown earlier, the children of nobles, but modern school children we have. Tali is a slut, Azuli pussy is a bitch, Min stripped pussy, and May is a depressive pussy. They are all hanging out together. They show now the time, but the conditions were not right for the type. I understand what the creators were aiming for. I've seen perfectly copies of these characters in real life, but the way you are showing them is psychologically unrealistic in this type of subject. Not modern era, I mean. During head-to-head talk, Zuka's innocence says he's angry with himself. He thought he'd return home, restore his honor, and everything would be fine. But it turned out not to be. He's angry with himself because he feels eternal shame. Well, that's what I've been talking about all season. If you have self-esteem issues, you can rule yourself first, for others too. You want to react only way, but you will react another. Now, it's different from the wanted psychological or cognitive behavior therapy, where you pay for 100 sessions, sit here, receiving these behaviors patterns and choosing nothing. And saying is nothing, not true. A constant struggle with hallucinations in your head. This is a terrible life we all live in. Fighting hallucinations of potential danger in your head makes us unhappy and poor. Zucker thinks that if he puts in a lot of effort and resists the feeling that he's bad, he will create a safe space. That's what results in inappropriate reactions.